Here we have the outside of the Auto-Sleeper Broadway Ek. If we firstly come to the driver's side door, you will find the gauge for the gas tank underneath the van. The only way this can be viewed is when the ignition is running. You will then get a red light and then a series of green lights indicating how much gas is in the tank, and as you use it they will slowly disappear until eventually dropping back down to the red, letting you know you need to fill it back up again. To fill the gas tank up, we come to the fill point just here, push in, twist to remove the cover. Our UK nozzles just slide over the top of this piece here, and then it's just a matter of rotating a lever and then pulling that lever towards you to lock it onto the side of the van, and then just holding a button down on the pump. You then just put in as many litres as you want, or just wait until it clicks off exactly the same as a fuel pump, and then release the lever, twist and remove. The internal bezel bit is to take the continental adapters. The gas tank itself just sits along this section just here. In an emergency, if you do need to turn the gas off, you just need to come to this part here, flap it down, and then remove the front plate, and then you can see the brass knob just here, and then you can just turn it off. Also, as we move along, you will see the regulator just here. It's fitted with a crash valve just here, so in the event of an accident the gas will be cut off at this point as well. These can also sometimes be triggered by going over large bumps, etc. If that happens and you're not getting any gas into the van, just come to this section here, and where my finger is here, there's a little button that you just need to hold in for 4 seconds to allow the gas back into the van. We then have the fresh water drain just here, so just remove the cover and then just literally just twist to drain. Fresh water into the van. At this point, if you are going to use the whale filler hose, with these particular hoses, if you are on a fully serviced pitch with your own water supply, you can literally just connect up to your tap, plug in just here, turn the water on, and then you can literally just leave it like this, and you'll then just have a continuous supply of water. If you are using this, you do need to have the 12 volt on inside, or otherwise the solenoid behind here will not be live to allow the water in. If we then slide this section back up again and nip in the 2 blue buttons, we can then remove. Beside this, we then have external TV and satellite points and an external 12 volt. Here we have the flue for the Truma boiler. We do not need to do anything with these particular ones, just make sure that nothing is obstructing it. And then we have mains hook up to the van. When removing the hookup lead, just make sure that you also push down on the little blue lever just here. We then have the grey water drain just here, and we have the spare wheel just here. To wind the wheel down, in the jack and wheel brace kit there is a bar that locates into this little hole here, and then you attach the brace to it to wind it down. if you want to either top up the air in the spare wheel or check it, you can just come to the valve just here. Above it we have the Thetford cassette toilet. Lift up, pull towards you. Before use, remove and add your toilet chemical. Also empties from here as well. Just make sure that you hold the button in to release the vacuum inside. These all now come on wheels with pull-out handles, and it is also advisable to keep this section here lubricated. Thetford do their own seal lubricant, but any silicone-based lubricant is fine. This is also a nice easy way of giving it a good clean out. If any debris wraps itself up around the float mechanism, you can easily get to it just at this section just here. As we come round to the rear, we have the Fiamma bike rack. Drop down like so. Then undo and undo to then pull the bar up, then lock it back into place. Bike's resting on the rails, these then through the wheels, and then just attach these to the frames. We then have the rear corner steadies. You are supplied with a corner steady winding handle, but if you're a little bit more lazy like myself, you can get these drill attachments, which then makes it much quicker. As we now come around to the other side, we have the electric step operated just inside the door, just here. This will also automatically put itself away when the engine is started. We then have the vents for the fridge and the winter covers just here. These need to be on when you're using the van in cold climate. Clip them on like so. This will then allow the fridge to only vent from the lower point just here, holding in some heat, making the fridge run more efficiently. If they're left on in the summer months though, the fridge will overheat and not operate, so make sure that they've been removed. We then have the external barbecue point. You will see just here that at the moment the actual barbecue adapter is still attached with a cable tie. Attach the hose of the barbecue to this rib section here with a Jubilee clip. Then this end will lock into this point just here, allowing you to turn the gas on. To remove it, just push on the collar, push it up, and it will then pop back out again. We then have external main socket. And then if you don't like using the whale water fill point, you can just also fill up the freshwater tank with a standard hose pipe. We then have access underneath the bench seat inside. You can also see the Canopy wind out handle just there that goes into that section just there to wind the canopy out. Beneath it we have the wet locker. This unlocks on the smaller little square key. We then have add blue top up just here. We'll let you know on the dashboard when it needs topping back up. Diesel cap removes on the ignition key. Tyre pressures on the door pillar just here. Jack and wheel brace all underneath the passenger seat. Vehicle battery sits underneath the floor just here. And bonnet release just here.